majority President Tayyip Erdogan claims victory in Turkey's presidential elections. The election had been seen as one of the most consequential yet for Turkey. The opposition believed it had a strong chance of unseating Erdogan after his popularity was hit by a cost of living crisis. Erdogan's win would steer his increasingly authoritarian rule into a third decade and reinforce his image of invisibility. In addressing his supporters, Erdogan extended his gratitude to voters, who he says had given him the responsibility to rule for another 5 years.
Sandık başına giderek kendisi ve evlatlarının geleceği için iradesini ortaya koyan tüm vatandaşlarıma teşekkür ediyorum. Öyle bir kazanacağız ki kimse kaybetmeyecek demiştik. Öyleyse bugün kazanan sadece Türkiye'dir.
On the other side of the fence, opposition presidential candidate Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu urged his supporters to, quote, keep the struggle for democracy alive. He also complained that the election had been loaded in favor of Erdogan.
Bu seçimde halkın otoriter bir yönetimi değiştirme iradesi tüm baskılara rağmen net olarak ortaya çıkmıştır. Cumhuriyet Halk Partisi ve Millet İttifakı tüm unsurlarıyla her cephede mücadelesini vermektedir. Ülkemize gerçek anlamda demokrasi gelinceye kadar bu mücadelenin öncüsü olmayı sürdüreceğiz.
Russian President Vladimir Putin congratulated Erdogan, whom he described as his dear friend. Putin says the win is evidence of Turkish people appreciated Erdogan's independent foreign policy. The Russian president believes that Erdogan's election victory was a natural result of his selfless work as the head of the Republic of Turkey. Putin also expressed appreciation for Erdogan's personal contribution to the strengthening of friendly Russian-Turkish relations, citing joint projects such as Turkey's Akkuyu nuclear power plant. Meanwhile, Russia unleashed waves of airstrikes on Kyiv on Sunday in what officials said appeared to be the largest drone attack on the city since the start of the war. The attack comes as the Ukrainian capital prepares to celebrate its founding anniversary. Ukraine's Air Force said it downed 52 out of the 54 Russian-launched drones, calling it a record attack with the Iranian-made kamikaze drones. It was not immediately clear how many of the drones were shot over Kyiv. At least one person died due to fallen debris, while 2 others were injured. Ukrainian President Zelensky condemned the attack, but notes that Kyiv will survive all of Russia's atrocities.
Та в області збито 36 дронів. Саме так Росія відзначає День нашого древнього Києва. За свою історію Київ бачив різні підлості від загарбників, пережив їх усіх, переживе і рашистів. Жодного із них тут не буде. Київ та всі наші міста, вся наша Україна поставить крапку в історії.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. U.S. President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are optimistic on the passage of a debt ceiling deal. McCarthy predicted that a majority of his fellow Republicans would support the agreement. Biden is also confident that the legislation will pass both chambers of Congress to avoid a default. The top officials have forged a tentative deal on Saturday. It would suspend the debt limit while capping spending in the 2024 and 2025 budgets. South Korea's Asiana Airlines has stopped selling some emergency exit row seats following a door opening incident. The airline told news agency AFP that emergency exit seats on its 14 A321-200 jets would no longer be offered for sale. It added that this applies as a safety precaution, even if the flights are full. The move came after a passenger opened an emergency exit door, causing air to gust inside the cabin before the plane landed safely. The plane with 194 people was heading to the southeastern city of Daegu from Jeju. Officials say at least 12 people suffered minor injuries from hyperventilation. Police authorities have detained the unidentified person, but the motive was not immediately known. Disney's live-action remake of The Little Mermaid makes a splash at the box office. Studio estimates show that the remake of its 1989 classic easily outswam the competition, bringing in its $95.5 million in North America. The movie now ranks as the fifth biggest Memorial Day weekend opening ever. However, Disney sees the film going bigger and reaching $117.5 million by the time the holiday is over. And it's most likely that Disney will continue raking in profits with the way actress Halle Bailey, who plays the role of the titular character, lays out what viewers can expect to take away from the movie.
I would love the viewers to take away just this feeling of love and passion and joy and excitement for their own futures and dreams. I think there's a lot of messages in this movie about finding yourself and speaking up for yourself, and also loving others and loving the world that you may not come from. So I think it's a beautiful journey of finding all these things about yourself and coming out on top, I guess.
And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. Coming right up is Agenda at 8 a.m. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.